Baby, that car ain't nothing but a pussy wagon, and you go after it.
So we built a stick shift station wagon. We took a 78 Fairmont wagon that was pretty unmolested, not a nice car. When we got it, had a V8 in it, but last year, if you had watched the Over Revved Underpaid series, it had a big block Ford with a turbo 350 behind it. Now we've got a 393 Windsor with a 3550 and just some parts we had laying around because the big block gave up on us, and you'll see why in some future episodes of Over Revved and Underpaid. But we took this stuff, and when I had this car, I've always wanted to put a stick in it. That one time it had a stick in it before when Jared Haggett had it. And when I first seen it, I heard him shifting gears in the station wagon. I was like, man, that's badass. I just got to have that thing. And it took me a long time to get him to sell it to me. But when we finally made a deal, I'd done the big block stuff, but I always wanted this setup right here. I really enjoy it. But so what this video is going to be about, there'll be a couple of these videos. It's about how we build it, why we build it, and what we done with it. I didn't get a lot of footage of building the car, but you will see the first time it was out, pretty much our struggles with it, learning it. You know, I don't claim to be a rocket scientist, but we do our best. And I've learned a lot from this. It'll start out back in June and come all the way to right now, which we're in December now. So you'll see several races it went to, you'll see our struggles, you'll see our accomplishments, and a whole lot of breaking it too. So let's get to it. So our first race out with the wagon was Isom, Kentucky, June 5th, I think it was. And you know, just a few days before this event, we still had a big block in it. I mean, we had all the parts, but I seen it race, I was like, God, I want to go. I talked to Chris a million times about running stick shift, and finally I just put a fire under my ass, and me and Dad, we worked like crazy on it. Pulled stuff out of this car, stuff out of that car, put this motor together, and we just slammed it in there. Literally 2 hours before the race, the chip draw. And you know, we live an hour and 15 minutes from the place. this car fired up and we dropped it off the jack stands and rode it straight into the trailer. We didn't check nothing, we just made it happen. We get up there, of course we're late. So I run up the chip draw while Dad's getting stuff ready. And I pulled Jonathan Tuck. Boy's got a super nice coupe car. It runs great. It's an 8.2 deck nitrous car and he can drive the shit out of it. So, you know, I knew what we was coming for when we pulled up the staging lanes. Untested on motor, it's whatever. I was just happy to be there. I was so tickled to drive that thing with a stick shift in. When I pulled up there and you hear me go, whoa, whoa, go into second gear, you just, I always a big old smile on my face. Everybody's checking it out, it's cool. But anyways, you know, we pull up there and we give him everything we got for a first try. So I race with Tucker. I leave fairly hard. I
cram second gear.
Get a little loose. I cram second. This kicks out on me, and then you know from there he just outpowers me on the ball. You know, like I said, untested. I wasn't worried about it. I'm glad. You know, I take my losses. I lost. Anyway, though, walked back to the trailer, and I was really hoping to get a few more hits out of it, start to learn the car a little bit. And they said they're going to have a second chance race, which is the first round losers of stick shift. So, of course, I'm like, oh yeah, let me get in on that. And we jump in on it, and we end up drawing the bye. First time I ever draw the bye in my life.
You take 4 men, turn that steering wheel.
Got a little bit better. It's still cracking a little.
See, it sounds
Sounded like it was still spinning, but I didn't see the pass.
It did spin on one. First of all, I'm too big of a baby to turn the wheel.
That's a bit stout, ain't it? Brakes is too. I just leave my fire.
She got all kinds. She got all kinds. Oh,
We'll get it right.
that had to feel good though.
It felt better, a lot better. It looked alright.
Yeah, look real good. You know, it's the good thing is, like if it was a straight path, if it was right where you wanted it, it's spinning, but it's pulled. You know,
I felt it once it quit spinning a little bit, start to get in. I knew it spun some.
when you pulled second, she looked real good. It had a little bit of a
Yeah, I heard that.
and I didn't know, but that's probably a little more RPM. True HCI, not one. That's what
I think it is too. It actually got a rev limiter on it.
I think they're kind of found where
I heard it in the burning.
you took the coolest car here award. It's from Jacob Lamb.
Really?
Jacob Lamb said that.
I seen him around
Jacob
here.
Lamb said that the Blue Fairmont is the coolest thing.
That's what I got it for. At least it's cool.
But you know that's a pro level racer.
Yeah.
And when you bring something in here, it turns his head. He's like, I can't believe we're the race.
There'll be a coyote stock
That's
Fairmont.
what he said. He said that when he saw Tonkas,
Yeah.
he said.
Yeah, Tonka got hit with them campers.
He said, if he had put a cop, he said, I wouldn't have touched nothing.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
So after my buy run in the second chance race, we go straight to the finals. There was 4 of us left, and I'm running Anthony Bates. I reckon he's got a 347, I think, AFR headed, 8.2 deck. I believe it's on motor as well. It's silver GT Fox body, nice little car, and it leaves good. So I knew pulling up there, I'm like, I'm gonna have to leave this guy. Probably making similar power. We've got a 393 with trick flow cam and some old Canfields. I might make a little more torque, but I say, similar power motors. And I just knew I had to leave with. We do our burnouts, pull up to the light there, and he actually jumps by a little bit. So, they make the call automatically. I won, but I'd rather outperform the guy. So I leave right behind him, and he's 60 foot's way better. But I snatch second gear, and I'm starting to pull on this a little bit. And when I start to get in my power band in second, he can't pull away from me, and I can't pull on him. So we go across the line about a car length behind him, 3/4 car, whatever. And you know, I'm thinking, well, I guess the old car's running decent, but I feel like it has a little bit more in it. It felt a little soft to me. But oh well, you know. First time out with it, I was tickled. I won something the first time in my life. I was the winner of the losers, but I'll take it. I was happy with it. But you know, I got lucky that he jumped. I don't know if I could have beat him square. It had been damn close, but I was tickled with it. It was a good time. Loved having the wagon out. Everybody was cool with it. They liked it. I was having a blast. It meant a lot to me to go do that with Dad. You know, for us to work our ass off and come home with a trophy, it was nice. I loved it. And that's why we continue to do it, and that's why we work all year long to do this, and you'll see what comes of it. To be continued.